morning everybody and welcome to another podcast with HMK. Now, I do apologise, I'm a little bit out of breath today and I'm making a cup of tea because today we're going to talk about getting a job. Now, I went to a interview today at my local job centre and I had to attend what's it you call it? A seminar on how to get a job. I've never seen such a comedian give a performance about getting a job. All they did was do by the book. And what I mean by the book is you need your CV. Everybody knows that. You need a suit. Everybody knows that. Okay, we're not dumb. But after a while, when you've been unemployed for a time, they think, well, you're doing something wrong. You should be in a job. Jobs are out there. Yes, they are out there. But what they're telling you is a load of crap. Okay? You don't need a suit. Okay? You don't need your CV. Okay? What you need when you go out to get a job, okay, is you need a piece of paper with your qualifications on for that job. If you're going for a warehouse job, there's no point bringing me, say, a fictitious employer, a CV with office skills on it. You ain't going to get the job because you don't know how to pick, you don't know how to pack, you don't know how to drive a lollop, you don't know how to drive a forklift. You do know how to answer a phone, you do know how to do computers. I'm not interested in you. Go away. Now, if you're the same person and you come back to me, say, in 3 or 4 weeks and say, look, I didn't do my qualification correctly. I actually can do a warehouse. I can pick. I can pack a box. I do know how to drive a lollop. Here are my proper qualifications. First question I'm going to ask you is, why did you give me a CV that was not correct for the job you was coming for? And I'm going to want an answer, and I'm going to say, well, because I wanted to better myself. I wanted to be an office worker. I wanted to be in the warehouse offices. Okay. And then I might give you a second interview. So you're going to your interview. It's your interview day. So what do you need? First of all, you need your phone number on a piece of paper. You need to leave your phone turned off. Okay? Because there's nothing worse than going into an interview, your phone vibrates, your phone goes beep beep to say that you got a message, your phone rings. Yeah? Again, if I was a potential employer, I would say to you, fair enough, okay. I'd have a notepad in front of me. Nah, can't turn the phone off. Okay? That's it. That's your interview gone. Okay, now this is me being picky. Now, this is what they don't tell you. And I've been to a lot of interviews. And I've had lots of different jobs. But I've had jobs. And I'm going to teach you today how to do it. Because you go to all these seminars and, like I say, so they always say to you, you need a suit. You don't need a suit. Okay? If you're going for a warehouse job, I want you in safety boots. Because I can't show you around the warehouse on the job if you're not in safety boots. If you're in shoes or pumps, you're not coming for a job. You're coming for the interview. You're wasting your time, you're wasting my time. I see that you've got safety boots on, or if I see you've got boots on, I say, oh, are they boots? Are they safety boots, mate? Yes, oh, good, well done, oh, good man. He's not going to say that, she's not going to say that, but that's what she's thinking in her head, or his head. He's got his own boots, his own safety boots. Then the next thing that you're going to want to go in, because you're going for warehouse work, is jeans. Okay, good, strong, safety jeans. Even better, a pair of trousers that are safety trousers. that looks smart. Yeah, I've actually got 2 pairs, and I actually have a work uniform, and my trousers, they're long, they're blue, okay, and they're made by a company called Dickins, Dickkies, Dickins. Okay, very expensive, right? But I tell you what, I go to work, I haven't got to worry about being hot, I haven't got to worry about being cold, I haven't got to worry about having a pocket for Stanley knives, for pens, pencils, because it's all on those trousers. I've got 2 pairs of those. I wear them practically every day because they're good, they're comfortable. But if I'm going to an interview, I wear these, because now the employer's looking at me. He's got boots, he's got trousers, he's got work trousers. So that's saying to the employer, he could work now. I've got a job that he could do. Do you want to start now? Can you start now? Yes. Okay. Right. Now the other thing that you're going to want to take with you for an interview is a £5 note. Okay. Why are you going to take a £5 note? And you're not going to take a £5 note as a £5 note. You're going to take a £5 note in change. So, £4 coins, a 50p piece, a 10p piece, and 2 20p pieces. Now, why are you going to take a £5 note in change? First of all, if you are offered the job there and then because you are dressed correctly, you're going to need money for the canteen because you haven't brought a packed lunch. You're going to need money for getting a coffee. Or if someone says, hey mate, can I have a cup of tea? You know, I've got 20, you know, there's 20p mate. Get yourself a coffee on me. Yeah? Puts you in the good books for the workers and the boss, because you're mixing, you're showing that you're team leader on the first day. Yeah? Always take £5 with you in change. Next, most important thing that you're going to take with you is a small notepad and a pen. Not a pencil, a pen. Because when he or she asks you, have you got any questions, you're going to say on your notepad, because you've been taking notes in your interview, and you're going to ask questions. And you're not going to answer the normal questions. You have already, in your prep work, yeah, and this is why you've got your notepad, and you turn around and they say, have you got any questions? You say, yes, I have. Right? The first thing they're going to ask before you get to that stage is, do you know anything about us? And you're going to say, yes. You're going to say, I have visited your website at www.iwantajob.com. Yeah? And you are going to say, oh, that's just made up. I don't know if that's actually real. If that is real, I do apologise. And you're going to say, you are the boss of this company. You work in this department. Some companies do list all that information. You say, yes, we pack biscuits, bread, cake, milks. We do car parks. We've got companies. You've researched the company, so you're going to tell them. That is going to show the employer that you have bothered to take the time to look at his company. And the other questions when he asks are going to be something, would you like to know what the wages are? And you say no. Okay, because that's going to throw them off. And he's going to say, well, why? Why don't you want to know what the hourly rate is? Because you're going to say, well, your advert says £7.25 per hour, so I presume that is what you can tell me, that's what's going to get per hour. What I would prefer to know is there any overtime? If there is, how long before we can start, before we have to, before we're allowed to do overtime? Is there a training period? Because if there's overtime and you're willing to do overtime, you're going to want to know if there is that overtime, because you want to be able to earn a little bit of extra money. And again, it shows the employer that you are willing to help out, even at short notice, okay? You don't ask that question if you don't want to have the boss come up to him and say, hey Andy, will you do a bit of overtime? A bit short-handed today. You're going to have to turn around and say yes because you asked that, because it's going to stick in his head, or stick in her head, that you asked that question. Oh, Andy will do overtime, okay? Alright? Now, you may not like the job. You may hate the job. You may loathe the job. But you've got to go into there with that job with the enthusiasm of remembering that when payday comes, you've got money. You can pay your bills. You can put savings in the bank. You can take your girlfriend out. You can take your boyfriend out. You can take your wife out. You can pay bills. And you might think, well, it's too hard to work. Yeah? I'm asthmatic. Severe asthmatic. I hate being out of a job. But I have a job. I'm taking a break because I got made redundant just before Christmas. And so I've got enough money in my savings to do some stuff for 6 months, yeah, while I look for a job that I want. And this is something else that you've got to remember when you go to an interview. Is that job the job you want to do, or is that job just to pay the bills? If it's just to pay the bills, don't go for it, okay? Don't go for it, because you're going to fail. You're going to hate it. If you want to be a warehouse operative, I want to be a forklift driver. That's all I want to do. Is sit on a forklift, pick a pallet up and put it in a racking. I don't want to be a supervisor. I don't want to be a team leader. I don't want to work in the offices. I just want to put pallets away in the racking. That's my ideal job. And this is what you've got to sit down when you go to a job and the interview guy or girl says to you, what's your ideal job? Now, if you turn around to me and say, I'd like to be a painter, I want to say to you, okay, why are you at this interview? And you're going to say back, the reason I'm not a painter yet is because I've got a family to support, I've got bills to pay, and I've got to save up to get my dream. Dreams only happen with money. They don't happen with hard work. They don't happen with hours and hours and hours of work. They don't happen with ideas. They are all necessary components of that job. Because if you want to become a painter, for say, or like me, you want to be a YouTuber, you've got to put in the time, the effort. But you need to have the money. Because how are you going to go and buy new games? How are you going to go and buy new painting equipment? How are you going to say to that employer, that's my dream, but I want to share my dream with you because you are going to help me succeed. So when I become that famous painter, I am going to say, Richard from Helsinia helped me get where I am today. That's free advertising straight for that company. You are proud to work for that company. Got you your dream. That is how you'll get a job. You need, if you've got long hair, okay, this is for guys, this is the bit you've listened to me all babble about this crap. When you go to an interview, you need to, depending on the job you want to go, you need to be smart, okay? Right? You need to be warm. You need to be comfortable. Go dressed for the weather. Phone off. Pen. Notepad. take notes. Make sure you research that company first. Take your CV, make sure it's different. If you're a forklift driver, put a forklift icon on the side. If you're a girl or a boy and you can't put anything on there, put a blue strip or a pink strip down the side of your CV. So you're going to be looking through hundreds of CVs, possibly thousands. That icon, that blue strip just stood you out. Clean shaven, unless you have a beard. Make sure it is trimmed, make sure it is smooth, make sure it's not sticking out, make sure you are clean. Make sure you smell nice, have a shower, have a wash. Nothing worse than turning up and you don't smell nice. Girls, don't wear heavy perfume. If you want to wear perfume or a body deodorant, make sure it's light. Okay, because strong perfume, I know it's sexist, but it'll put the employers off. Because if you go and you've got a female interviewing you, she's going to think the worst of you. If you've got a male, he's going to be thinking about the perfume and not about you. Light perfume, just so you just smell nice. Same with the guys with your deodorants and your aftershaves. Keep it light, not heavy. I worked with girls and I've worked with guys, and I've said to one or two of them, don't stand near me, mate. I said, no offence. I said, but you stink. I said, you don't stink in a bad way. I said, because you stink so overpowering of your perfume, your aftershave, it's kicking my asthma off. Okay? Yeah? Okay? Nice. Not so close. Yeah? I got called in the office for that, and you know what? They tried to discipline me. And I turned around and I said, you know what? I said, they stink. Because they're horrible. They're a really nice person, but it's making me ill. We're in a food company, and they got heavy perfume on. Okay? Now, the other thing when you go to your interview is you've got your clean clothes on, you're clean shaven, you're dressed correctly for the job, you've got safety boots on. Goes for the girls as well if you're going for a warehouse job. If you're going for an office job, you're still going to need smart shoes, not high heels. Smart, comfortable shoes, because you're going to get shown around. Okay? Or you can ask to be shown around. That's another thing that employers like, because they want to make sure that you are the person for the job. Clean clothes, washed, shaved, beard trimmed, hair back combed, brushed, teeth cleaned, breath smelling nice, fingernails clean. Girls, respectable nail length, not claws. Guys, cleaning the fingernails under your nails. Okay? Now, walking through into the interview. So you've got your clean clothes, you smell nice, you've got your notepad, the phone's off, you're sitting down at the table. Eye contact at all times, unless you're writing down on the notepad because you want to ask a question later. Eye contact all the time. Yeah? If you've got a cold, apologise and say, look, I'm going to sit slightly back, not to be rude, because I don't want you to give me my cold. I don't want you to get my cold. Not going to find it offensive. Okay? Because you are being considerate. You are giving empathy to that person. So, you've asked your questions, and the interviewer has ended the interview. Now, this is a sure way that you know that you've got 50% of getting the job, possibly even 80%. They'll say thank you very much, they'll get up and they'll shake your hand. Every time someone has shook my hand, I have got the job, even at agencies. When they have not shook my hand, I haven't got the job. You might think it's stupid, But that's what works for me. Going in there with confidence, I've researched the company, I know the job I want, and I'm going to go and get it. So what's my job? What is the job that I want to do? As I said, I want to set my forklift, I want to put pallets in a racking. That's all I want to do. Okay? That's it. That's my job. So in a few weeks, I had a rest, I've got my health back. Hopefully, touch wood, my head. I'm going to get a job and I can come back and I'm going to conclude the second part of the interview and say, hey, guys and girls out there, got a job. Now, if you go to an interview and you don't get the job and you followed all the advice that I've given you, okay, don't knock yourself. Don't think, oh, what again? You're going to get demoralised. You've got to think, okay, I didn't get the job, I did the steps there, could I have improved on it? And the answer is possibly no. Not yes. You've done the best that you can. Is the best you can good enough? Only you can answer that. So you keep going to the interviews, yeah? And you've got to go with enthusiasm every single time. You've got to research every single time. Because one day a boss is going to come round and say, Rebecca, start Monday. And you're going to jump up and down, you're going to scream and say, thank you very much. Yeah. Try and keep your emotions under control. You're going to be smiling, it's going to be difficult. He knows he's got a good worker. You've just been hired. And that is how you get a job. By being respectful, don't swear, mind your manners, be clean, be on time, take notes, tell them about their company. You have a better chance than what they tell you at the job centre. Because it don't work. Half the time it don't work. Going in a suit and tie, collar, and I'm going to show you around the warehouse. I can't. You've got no safety boots. No health and safety. Yeah, I can only tell you about the job. I can't show you about the job. Yeah? And that's all you've got to do to get a job. And have confidence to ask questions. If you don't know what questions to ask, then ask your parents. Ask your friends. Yeah? The questions to ask, the questions that I ask is overtime available? What training do we need? When can we start? What shifts are available? What else do I ask? What's the annual turnover of the company in employees? It always throws them off. You want to ask, what's the gross income of the company and the gross profit of the company? The reason you're going to ask that is because you want a company that is growing, okay? You don't want to work for a company that is not making profit because, in 6 months, 9 months, or a year, that company's going to be out of business. You don't want to be working for them. You want to be working for a company, oh, we make 10%. Okay, it's small. It's 10%. Next year they might make 20, they might make 15. That company's growing, that company's going somewhere. Those are the questions that you need to ask. You need to ask questions relevant to your future. Ask yourself, where are you going to be in 5 years? You're going to be married, you're going to be single, you're going to be divorced. What do you want in 5 years? Do you want to be a supervisor? Do you want to have training? Do they give training? Sit down and think about your questions. Don't just say, oh, what do we get paid? How often do we get paid? You should know that before you go to the interview. And if you pay attention, the interviewer will tell you that. But that's it. Good job hunting. Wish you all the best. Get your dream jobs. Don't settle for second best. Only settle for second best if it's going to give you a step to your dream job, even if that dream job is being the manager of the company that you're going for. Have fun. Stay safe. We'll see you on the bounce. This is HMK signing off for today.